Yeah, you do. I mean, everybody became a bit more sensitive because I think there's like communities of people are growing and then they become stronger somehow. So you have like different cultures kind of coming together, or like different cultures they mix together, and then they start creating a community. So then they start coming with new ideas that they kind of eventually would go to the city and expose them as a future process, and then the city kind of takes that as a sort of resources, as a sort of like a they would look at these communities as kind of like the future of the city. So then they would implement that maybe in the planning or the way a city works. So that kind of bounces back to the developers or like a buyer or so. So yeah, I think the relationships, not only that they get like we get to work closer together, but I think they also improve. Yeah. I was already talking a bit about that earlier, about vernacular architecture and the way, for example, like traditionally you would build maybe a house in wood, and then the lifespan of wood is maybe like 200 years. But just because people love their houses, they start like replacing the wood, and maybe like over 5 generations you have new wood, but the house is exactly the same it was built. So I think the main thing is that you really have to love the place you live in, or the house you live in, or the housing, or the dwelling. And then if you make people love their places, then they're going to start investing energy and love into it. But again, historically people were building the house that they were living in. Now a lot of other stakeholders are involved in the process, so there's other people building the houses that we live in. So again, it's a bit of a love-hate relationship, maybe in the way we address kind of like professionally to each others. But I think eventually we do have to love the places that we live in, otherwise they're going to lose qualities, and over time they're going to disappear. I think the main stakeholder, it's actually, bizarrely enough, it's the city. The city should set up a set of rules, because we as architects or as a developer, first, before you even get to build anything, you have to go through a series of like approvals from the city. So you submit some sort of like a project, and then that kind of, it's seen by like somebody that works in the city council. They're going to look at your project, and then eventually if they think that that makes sense, they're going to approve it or stamp it or whatever. Then they give it back to you and you can start the construction. So I think it's the city, it's actually the main stakeholder, that they should take care that everybody has like affordable, or at least like, I don't know, reasonably affordable housing.